Okay, so here I am at Audi. Unfortunately, the live video that I was doing wasn't gonna work because the cellular service in this building is horrible. This building has like metal and shit. It's got like grates and everything, and I can't make a good video in here. So I'm gonna do 4K instead. You know, this is one of those V10 R8s or whatever, and this is the 7. This car has been on the market a really long time. They've refreshed the grille, they've refreshed the taillights, I think, but for the most part, it's about the same as it always was. I think this car and the Audi A8 are the only cars that I actually like of theirs. So this is the A7. I don't think they, it's nice. I like the design of this car. I like the back of this car. Like these are real, this is pretty. Now, the question is, which would I rather have, this or a Mercedes CLS? And I would probably have to say that I'd probably end up maybe choosing one of these over a Mercedes CLS if I was trying to buy a car like this. But then again, for this kind of money, I mean, when you're talking about, what is this, like probably 80? What are you talking about? This thing is $74,555, you know? For the interior luxury, the long-term reliability is always questionable because everybody knows Audis, they're, after a while, when these things go off warranty, these things ain't nothing but problems. The thing about it is when you're talking $70,000, you could damn near have yourself a Hellcat. And some people would probably rather have a Hellcat instead, you know? And that Hellcat for $70,000, get the Demon for what, closer to 100,000, or if you're lucky enough to get a sticker, a Demon's about what, 89 or 90 or something like that. And the thing about it is most people, and I would agree with them, they would say, oh yeah, well I would never pay that much for one of these things, and I kind of agree with you there. But I mean, this is not bad for 70, but I think people are really attracted to the design of this over really the practicality of it. I mean, I remember when this car came out, it had the hatchback and everything, and they were talking about how much better it was than the Mercedes CLS. Thing about it is, I always preferred the Mercedes CLS, but my problem with the Mercedes CLS is the roof line was so low. Because the thing about it is, they did that to make it as sexy as they could. But the problem is, with those low roof lines, you don't get as much headspace. Now this right here, this is comfortable enough, I would say, for me to drive maybe as a daily driver. This for me, this isn't a bad daily driver. I could do this. My only thing, it's like with Audis though, I mean, I'm not a fan of their interior design right now. Now I know they're changing a lot of this. They're gonna have like LCD screens here and here. I don't think that one actually came out yet, but I know they have the new LCD screens just like the Lamborghini Urus. But I was never a fan of their interior designs. I mean, they're nice, but Mercedes is just better. I like Mercedes better. You know, but that's just me. Everybody has their own opinions. So once again, just in case you didn't tune into the live feed before it was cut, I'm waiting for my friend to get here so we could take a look at the Q5. So she was interested in the Q5. I came here, last time I was here, I drove the Q7. And it was nice. I mean, it was really, these interiors are really, really nice. Especially if you spend some money and you get the cashmere, or you get the lighter colored interiors. But you can't get music into the car. If I have too much music, what'll happen is YouTube will screw with my video. They'll do the censorship shit. It's so annoying having to look out for that because nobody's really trying to do copyright infringement. It's a pain in the ass. So this is their system, and as you can see, there's no touchscreen. That's one of the things that annoys me most about these cars. I couldn't ever buy a car without a touchscreen because using these infotainment systems is so much easier if there's a touchscreen. Like I couldn't see ever getting one of these things without it. So, as you saw, we already know, you've seen this car. They haven't really changed a whole lot with the design in this car, not recently, but I know that they have more LCD stuff coming to make it look a little bit more like the Lamborghini and like the Range Rover that you've seen, the Velar. But I mean, they're nice. They're really nice, but you know, and I have to say, this is not too bad. I do like the interior of this car. But my thing is, there's so many other options, especially for this kind of money, you know. Because I tell you, for the least that you get on one of these, you could step into the larger model. You could get a A8, you could get a BMW 7, you could get a what is it called, Mercedes S-Class for about $1,200 a month. This is the A6. I just tell you, I mean, honestly, the same sausage, different length. Even though you get the same equipment out of every single car, the problem with same sausage, different length is that the cars get boring. You know, the interior of these things isn't that exciting because everybody's getting essentially the exact same stuff. This is a Q5. So this is probably what we're going to look at, but most likely we're going to look at one that actually works because the battery on these things is dead. This is the Q7. If you look at my videos, I drove this car when it first came out. Every time a car first comes out, I usually test drive it. It's like much, much bigger. I think the main problem with this car that a lot of people do have is the fact that there's no third row. If I'm not mistaken, there's no third row. This car has a second row, but it doesn't have a third. Oh, okay, this one has the third row. When these cars first came out, one of the ones that I drove, I guess it was the initial production model, it didn't have the third row. So, okay, so hey, they got the third row, good for them. But the only downside is, with some of these cars, even when they do have a third row, you don't get a whole lot of cargo volume right behind the third row. And that's for these soccer moms, these people travel a lot. So this one does have it. Yeah, it's powered third row. Just like the new Navigator and the new Escalade that's coming. Yeah, so that's pretty nice, you know, powered third row. There you go. Yeah, that's very, very, very cute. Very nice. So by the time she gets here, we'll be looking at the 5. And it was the 5. The 5 doesn't have a third row. And how much are these things anyway? This is 52,000. This is 52,000. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, $50,000. You should have heated seats, cooled seats, navigation, and the panel roof. I see a panel roof, so that right there, that's a check mark. I see a nav system, that's a check mark. Now, does it have heated and cooled seats? Let's see, does it? I can't get my head up. God damn, these things are narrow. These doors are so narrow, man. You get into these things, smack your fucking head. Let's see. Where's the cooled seats? Where's the heat seats? So you see this? Once again, and I think I had this exact same problem when I saw the original Q7 when it was launched, this model right here. They give you heated seats, but they don't give you fucking cooled seats. Now, why? Like, if you're paying $52,000 for any car, you should, the driver and the front seat passenger should have luxury features when you're talking about $50-something thousand. If Kia and Jeep are giving you ventilated, cooled seats, panel roof, and navigation systems, and they're doing it at less than $37,000, then there's no reason why a $50,000 or $52,000 or whatever it is plus car should not give you heated and cooled seats. Period. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't want to hear it. Heated and cooled seats. And the nav system obviously is there, so that's good. So I'm glad to hear that. But you should be getting heated and cooled seats for the front seat passenger. When they want to start talking all that shit about rear seat packages and everything, about, standard rear heating seats, okay, fine. Now, if they want to add in heated and cooled seats, then that's something else for the rear seat passenger. But I should be getting heated and cooled seats up front, and I should be getting heated seats in the rear for $50,000. But when you want to talk about adding packages, okay, fine. If you want to add a package, you can give me heated and cooled seats in the back, and you can give me like rear seat entertainment systems and shit, like televisions and everything. And that's always been my issue. It's like these luxury car companies like to screw with people, and I think ultimately they're cutting their own throats, because when you really think about it, it makes more sense to have like the same chair than to have to make like 10 different versions of the same chair. It's like heated and cooled seats. That should be standard up front in a luxury car. You know, the back seat, you want to mess with these packages, yeah, okay, fine. I'll pay $3,000 or $4,000 more for the back seat. But or even the panoramic moonroof. The panoramic moonroof is something that's more like a backseat passenger package. So if you want to add $2,000 for that, okay, fine. But I should be getting heated and cooled seats up front. And even this one, same shit. No heated and cooled seats. Look at that. It's got heat, it's got no cooling. And this is why, like, when you hear me rant and I say, yeah, I prefer Mercedes over Audi, well, there you go. You know, that's my opinion. If you want to buy an Audi, you go ahead and buy an Audi. But me personally, nah. This is all new A4. This is an A4 right here. Yeah, I thought something was new about it, because when I saw that number button, when I saw those number buttons there, like, oh shit. They have a numpad in there. So this is like their new interior design for the A4. I don't know how long this car's been on the market, but let's see if we just move this over this a little. Okay. Yeah, this way the door can actually fucking fully open. Well, I have to say this, at least their new cars are a lot bigger. That's good. They're putting higher roofs on this. This is comfortable for me. This would be a comfortable daily driver if I so wanted an A4. Small diameter steering wheel here. So this is their new design language here inside their cars. They give you heated seats, but they don't give you cooled seats. I'm still pissed off. Nav map buttons. Oh, okay. No devices connected. Okay. Okay, let's see. Navigation's not supported. You're not wowing me. Uh-oh, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this right here? Ooh, who's this? Who is this? Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, let's get back to business. So inside, volume knob right here. Okay, volume knob, yeah, that's nice. Parking brakes. It's the parking brake. This is the park button. This looks like a monostatic shifter, just like the Jeep had. See, it's amazing. When the Jeep kills Anton Yelchin, they don't ever talk about Audi having the same goddamn stick shifter. Because I never forget, that stick shifter was in the Audi A8 when it first came out. And then I started seeing it in the Jeep later on when they got that outsourced from ZF. But why is it they only talk bad about the Jeep, but they don't talk about the fact that the Audi had it too? You know, that's what I call it. Like, that's not fair journalism. This is actually a nice car. I can see what they did. What they did was they made the roof a nice bubble top roof, and they made it high enough where somebody like me could have what is it? I got plenty of headroom in here. That's nice. And then the back of it is pretty spacious. In fact, the way I sit in this, because of the roof, I'm almost more comfortable than I was in the A7. You know, and I'm a big guy. If I can fit in one of these cars comfortably, anybody can. Unless you're like fucking like the Mountain or Gregor Clegane or Sandor Clegane. If you're that big, then nah, you're gonna have to get a truck. But this is actually quite nice. This is actually quite nice. I don't know how much this is, because I don't know what the sticker is. It's probably somewhere. Oh, here's the sticker. Let's see, this is probably a $50,000 car, but my guess is it might be like 47, 48 or something like that. Let's see, it's probably about 50. Let's see, what do they want? Ooh, $44,290. Okay, so it says it has the driver MMI and this, that, and other. It's got a lot of standard features here that's typical. 2.0 liter, 252 horsepower. I guess that's not too bad, $44,290. And what's amazing is because of the height of the roof and because of the width that they put here, you see how this center console is not so wide that I can't like lean my legs out. You see my legs? So because of that, I actually sit in this car more comfortably than say the Lincoln MKS or the Taurus Show, or even the Lincoln Continental. I'd be more comfortable driving this car than one of those cars, and those cars actually cost more. So that right there, okay, I have to say, Audi, you did a very good job with your A4. I give credit where the credit is due. Very good job with your A4. And this is only $45,000. I like that. I can honestly say I like that. You know, that's a good thing. I really like that. This side curtain airbags. It's got a very nice headliner. I like that. Yeah, this is nice. I can honestly say this is nice. It's got one USB port right there. Apparently there must be a high cost to giving us USB ports or something. They don't want to do it. Let's see if the radio can go into, yeah, we got the radio right here. And you know what I said about this building blocking signals? Well, as you can see, the radio on most of the channels got no signal. Let's see if I can do voice control. Let's see if I can turn it up just a little. Oh, here's the volume knob. See, the volume knob being right here is kind of strange to me, but whatever. Volume is currently unavailable. Okay. Let's see. Tune to 97.1. I don't even know if it heard me because I can't hear anything. Let's see, I think this is not volume. This is dual zone climate for both sides. Okay. This is see, the thing that's what kills me about like Audi, the way they lay certain things out. It's like the volume knob all the way over here. Like, why would I want my volume knob next to the arm of the freaking front seat passenger? Like, why would I want it there? Whatever. And I'm thinking that also might have to do with the fact that over in Germany, these cars drive on that side of the wheel. So I'm guessing that means that the driver has to put his hand over here, like your left hand is over here. So I guess that makes it closer to the driver because you're sitting on the right hand of the car. But bottom line is, this is America. This just looks weird. But, you know, whatever. 12 volt. What is this, a cigarette lighter? I guess they still smoke in Europe. Apparently they don't understand that smoking causes lung cancer and emphysema, according to the U.S. Surgeon General. Yeah, I gotta say, it's a nice little car. 252 horsepower. You ain't racing a goddamn body. You sure as hell ain't racing me. But I could see how this could be nice and comfortable. At least I can always say, hey, if I ever wanted a nice little luxury car that has all-wheel drive, I could say, yeah, I'll go get an A4. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think this does have quattro. Yes, it does. It has quattro. Good. All-wheel drive. Yes. All-wheel drive. This is New York City. If you live in the Northeast, you got to have all-wheel drive. If you don't, then you're just doing it wrong. Not unless you're buying a rear-wheel drive muscle car, but if that's the case, you're going to have a second car. You probably have a truck or an SUV. Most likely an SUV. So this is nice. I have to say, this is actually really, really nice. I should almost drive the A4 and do a review on it. But this is actually very, very nice and very, very tasteful. It's nice and simple. If you want to, you know, spend about $600 a month for a car, this is not bad. I have to say, I actually like it. Also noticing this button pad. This button pad has capacitive touch, so when you touch it, it basically, like, I'm just sliding my fingers, as you can see, and when you touch it, like, it knows what button you're touching based on where your finger's touching. And when you actually push it, it initiates a button. So I guess they must have given up on that finger writing nonsense. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that's right, the finger writing pad is actually right here, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you can write on the actual touch sensor thing, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let me see how that works. I could be wrong, because I don't think this car has navigation, which I find a little odd this day and age. Every car is supposed to have navigation. This one apparently does not. So, telephone, let's see, telephone, nothing's connected, right? Obviously, so let's go back. nice, simple. Back button's not bad. Let's see, radio. Yeah, well, this one doesn't have the navigation system, so this one probably doesn't also have the touchpad where you can write on it or whatever right in this position. So I'll take a look and see if another car does. Maybe the Audi Q5 that we're going to look at has it. Okay, so let's go outside real quick. I want to see what they have outside. Yeah, see, when I visit a car dealership, I just walk in like I own the goddamn place, because frankly, they ain't got nothing I can't buy here. But let's see what else they got. Where's those A8s at? They got a bunch of little cars over here. These cars are little. These cars are small. Oh, these must... Looks like a 7. Oh no, this is S5 Sportback. The reason why I said it looks like a 7 is because I looked at the sloping hatchback. This is an S5. I love it when dudes be on the road trying to race me in these cars. And I just hurt their feelings. Uh-oh, I said that a little too loud. I think you heard me. When dudes be trying to race me with these cars on the road, it's like I let them think that they're getting ahead, and then I just tear right past them, laughing at them. Hurt their feelings. Let's see. She should be hearing that. This is a very nice facility. It's too bad this shit blocks my goddamn cell phone reception. It's a nice facility. Man, these doors are confusing as fuck. The A8, one of my favorites. I still think I'd rather have a BMW 7. The BMW 7 with the blue exterior and the mango interior that I test drove in that video where I compared the BMW versus the S550. Yeah, that's the only way I'd want one of these German Luxo Bars cars. Other than that, I'd gladly spend that same amount of money on something else. But it's nice, and it's a white one. Yeah, what else do they have? Got some nice stuff here. She should be here in a little while. Let's give her a minute. Okay. While I'm waiting, I'm looking at this one. This is an A6. Once again, very, very spacious, because they finally figured it out. They're like, yeah, let's make this thing wider for these huge fat Americans. And once again, they have a low transmission tunnel, which makes it so that like I can stretch my leg out like this. Yeah, it's nice and wide. It's got a nice little brown interior in here. You know, so it looks like you'd have no space behind me. But hey, as long as the driver gets the majority of the space, I mean, that's okay. But see, the problem is if you're like my size, it's like you have to get like an A8 or a BMW 7 or an S550 if you want to go for a car like this, just to ensure that whoever's sitting behind you will actually have space. However, if you go for a Jeep or you go for some kind of large SUV, it's so much easier because everybody's sitting straight up. So it works out a lot better. Let's see, does this turn on? Maybe. Some of these things, the battery's dead. Some of them, the battery works and all that. But it's like their MMI system is so boring. I mean, yeah, it comes out like a 1990s Benzie box, but, you know, like one of them Pioneer systems or those Alpine systems. But that doesn't wow me. What wows me is being able to actually touch the damn screen and be able to type buttons and shit. and they won't give you that for whatever reason. You mean to tell me everybody's walking around with a touchscreen cell phone, even those cheap-ass Boost mobile phones got touchscreens, and they can't give you a freaking touchscreen in an $80,000 car? It's amazing. Let's see. Gee, before I even look, let's see if it has heated and cooled seats. Of course not. Heated seats, no cooled seats. And how much do they want for this thing? Probably way more than I'd be willing to pay. How much do they want? What is the price? What is this? $57,755, and they won't even give you cooled seats. You see what this is why I get so angry. This right here is the reason why, like, when I start ranting, it's like it's on. You know, that's why. That right there is why. They won't give you cooled seats, and you're paying damn near $60,000. Meanwhile, if you go to Hyundai, you get a fully loaded fucking car with heated cooled seats in the back seat for $60,000 and the front seat. You know? This is what I'm talking about. It's like, and I mean, this is a nice car. It's nice and spacious because all of these cars have grown in size, but it's like, come on, man, take care of your front seat passengers. And this is the 4. This is like new. They just got this. Well, that's the 5, but that's the real one right there. That's the 7, but that one's the 3rd row. Me personally, honestly, I honestly, these are nice, but I actually think the Volvo is better. I know, I like the Volvo. I honestly do, because the Volvo is larger. The Volvo just had more space, and it seemed like it had more features. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I was sitting in this thing a little while ago, but the doors were like so narrow. It was like I had to duck real hard. Like I had to duck like crazy to get in this damn thing. I could sit. No, it's like I don't think the battery in it. I think the battery would let the chair go back a little bit more. Yeah. But it's not especially fun. No, it's not. I mean, you know, it's nice, but look in the back seat.
I know they're tiny.
That's the one right there. That's the one that's the one that's like the equivalent of the Volvo.
Oh, it's too big.
But I think the Volvo is cheaper than that for what it is. Yeah. But you got to look at that one and maybe look at this one too. Yeah. This is like a daily driver for like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It definitely is.
And now we adjust the seat a little bit better.
All right, yeah. That's even better. And then I can just put my leg up just a little bit more.
Mirrors, where the mirrors is.
So this has heated seats in the back.
This one, because it has what's known as a core the package, it gives you the heated steering wheel and the rear heated seats.
Is this the mirrors now?
Over to the right one time.
Okay.
No, turn the knob.
Oh, turn it off. Yeah.
That's left. That'll be that on the driver's side.
Okay. Oh. Is it ready? Oh, it's not enough, is it?
Now we're good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, get that AC on.
I know. Where's
it's hot
the
in here.
AC? Alrighty. Where was
Is that the shade or is that the...
This is the sunroof. This is the shade.
Okay.
Right. And then
Turn the knob. One more. Right there to the right. Comfortable there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm perfect.
You're good right there.
I'm
right?
good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good.
You talk to me, mate.
Well, I want to make sure she's good, but then I got to make sure he's good also. Like, I don't want to be pressing back on him and he feel uncomfortable. In
I'm perfect. I'm not even touching the seat really.
All right. So to put the current shift into drive, you press the button on the side here and then you bring it back. Bringing it all the way back puts you in drive automatically. Pushing it all the way up puts you in reverse. If you slightly bring it back, it'll put you in neutral. Slightly again, then you put you in drive. See? So if it's double and then park, you press the P button right there. You don't have to put it in the middle. The shifter itself goes back to the middle. So you see, I bring it down to drive, it goes right back up. If I put it over here and put it in park, it readjusted itself and brings it back to the middle.
Oh, blimey, it's similar in manual.
Yes.
Right then, so have I got in drive now?
We're in drive right now. It indicates it right here. Change the view, bring you a more conventional.
Where's the nav view on the heads-up display? Or no, not the heads-up. The nav view on that side.
On the virtual cockpit.
Yeah.
It is right here.
Right.
So we'll go out left and make a right here on Sunrise.
Oh my God, I'm like not used to driving a bloody truck. It feels like a truck. That good. Okay, so today, who walks along Sunrise Highway?
He'll wait.
I'm usually off the road home.
No, but they'll wait. He's patient. He knows.
Alrighty, nice clear road.
Yeah, this is a lot bigger than the C90. It really is.
So now this is giving you Audi's 2.0 turbo with a 252 horsepower, 273 pounds of torque to give you that power on response on demand. Allows you to pick up speed comfortably.
Okay. You going straight, mate?
Yes, we're gonna make a right and not this light, but the following light ahead of it.
Alright.
It'll get us away from all this traffic.
Alrighty. I know, oh my god. When I get used to this, driving to bloody Brooklyn every day.
It'll be a softer ride, I'll tell you that.
Big old truck. I know, yeah. This is hard.
And you won't tear up the bottom of your front thing again.
Oh my god. When the snow, because I have the Genesis,
Yeah.
the snow, I was backing up in it and used to pull like the front of it off, like just, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was like a big mound. I can't get over it. Alright, it feels like about the same, isn't it? So I can't let it go and it's not going to stop for me? Does it do that?
No.
So you lost that already, Andre. Sorry.
What? So just by driving the car itself, it just does that automatically?
Yeah, like no.
What does what?
If I weren't looking or something, it was going to go into the back of the thing, it stopped.
My
Remember?
truck does that.
Yeah, the Volvo did that.
Yeah.
So it was like.
So it's no system you engage. You don't press a button to engage the system, to be
Did we do
following the
that?
vehicle.
I think when I
Because
was
it sounds
driving-
like
No, that's the
what-
That's the autopilot system.
That's the stop and go traffic jam
Yeah.
assist.
Right.
Which is what I'm saying. This one doesn't have it equipped. And if you get it equipped, you'd have to set it.
So
So
what's
with that car you
equipped in
drove,
here
you
now?
set it as well, right?
Yeah. What's equipped in here now?
This one here has your blind spot monitoring system. So the only extra safety feature added is that giving you the also the rear cross traffic when you're reversing out of a parking spot. The driver's assistance is the one that gives you Audi's, and it's about 50 extra driver's assistance packages included into that system itself. All right, that's the one that you can add extra separate, but it just depends on again what you like.
Oh, that's another one right there, isn't it? That's a Q7 over there.
I keep seeing
Yes.
them now. Now that I'm looking at them, it's like, oh,
I'm pretty sure they're selling pretty well.
Yeah,
They are, but Audi still limits the amount that they actually sell of it.
Really?
Yeah, based on keeping people with more value. It allows you to hold it more value-wise when you're trying to get rid of the car, as well as controlling the market itself. If you overproduce a vehicle, you have to reduce pricing on the car. If there's not too much available, Audi charges whatever they want for it.
I see.
They tell us this is what the car costs, we can't do nothing about it.
Well, I will tell you this. I do like this more than the Volvo.
Do you?
I really do.
I don't. Well, I mean, it feels good.
Oh, somebody got a Gallardo over there.
Like a right here,
Yes.
mate?
So what do you like about the Volvo so far more than you like about the Audi?
I like the fact that it does that stopping thing if you're not looking.
But remember, it's a packaging wise. They added that package and had one available for you to drive with it,
Right, so I like
where I don't have one with it.
They both feel like trucks to me because I'm not used to it. I'm driving cars.
Okay.
So it's a big adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this feels a little more manageable because I felt like I was way up in the air in the Volvo.
All right.
I don't feel like that in this one. They drive about the same, smooth, it's awesome drive. John,
Yeah.
what do you like? What's better?
Interior space, fit and finish.
Your thoughts on?
I like everything about this car except the fact it don't have cooled seats up front.
I thought
And
that space-
I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not nitpicking. And I know it's a package. That's cool.
At least it's
But-
available,
but
right?
My question is what is that, like 80? Like this is 60. I think it was 61 on the sticker.
60,700. Yeah.
60,700.
Well, the one that was in the showroom. I don't know what this one is
Right.
specifically. I'm going off based off what we saw in the
This
showroom.
looks about as equipped as that one. So let's say it was 65. That's not that bad because mine actually costs more.
Okay.
So that's not that bad. But
I don't care about the seats.
no, I care. When you get in the summer heat, yeah, I care. I don't know how much more that would be, but if it was less than 70, then I would say, yeah, that's pretty damn good. I don't know about the autonomous feature, that stop and go thing. I don't know how much more that is, but I honestly do like this more than the Volvo. I do. I really do. Yeah, really, really good.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me just see what that is. Yeah, because it's gonna clear up for us, and we're gonna make a right very soon.
We're not going back early, are we?
No, we're driving.
Alright.
It's just based on the guidance that we have. It'll have you make a ride, and we'll drive a little bit more. It'll give us a little more open road, and I definitely want you to try out the braking system in the vehicle as well.
Yeah. And the fence, that's a bit stiff. That way, isn't it? Right? And changing the lane. So does it make a noise, or is just the light?
Just light.
Also, does it beep when somebody
it
gets
won't
in your
beep.
blind?
No.
Oh,
Next.
mine
This is
beeps.
paper.
Yeah, mine too.
Right over here.
I might be. Make it right here.
Yes.
Like if you put on the turn signal and somebody's in your blind spot, mine beeps before you get ready to make that turn, and it only does that for the direction you're about to turn.
Got it. Make it right over here.
Like the light
So
is
I've
really-
noticed, and because my wife used to have an Acura MDX before we got the Q7, I found it more distracting. Because
Really?
I found that the beeping on it made you go look automatically and focus and take your eyes off the road.
No, but
Whereas
you
without
stop.
the beeping, I'm just focused on the lights lighting up and letting me know, because you could always see the LED lights off the corner of your eye when you're sitting there. Like if the blind spot monitoring system activated now, you can see the corner here and you can see the corner there as a driver itself.
No,
Where
I
the
think
beeping and the constant beeping was
keeps you alert. No, because you might just be turning and you go beep beep and you're like, oh my god. But the lights, you miss that. 'Cause it's like,
But you see,
have to-
it's only beeping because you're going over the lane.
right.
See, the blind spot monitoring system is engaged before you're going over the lane. The main thing with that is that it's already letting you know there's a vehicle there before you even attempt to go over that lane. Whereas with those that are beeping, they're showing you we're not looking for it because there's a smaller, how do you say it? A smaller warning signal. Because her Acura had a small little thing on the corner right here that you couldn't see.
Yeah.
My cousin had a Mercedes, same thing, a little triangle on the very edge of the mirror housing.
Yeah.
And again, you couldn't see it. So you had to hear the beeping to actually engage straight through here.
Yeah. I don't know about the lights, so I need to have a beeping because you're so used to it. I have that.
And I'll tell you, I like the driver thing because you see how you can use the nav system without having that up. You can
Yes.
actually put that down if you
Yes.
want.
Just doing the brakes is
So
doing
that-
right there.
I
Well,
like
actually,
having it up, but I
want
just
you to engage from here, full acceleration.
Yeah.
Go ahead, full acceleration, don't worry about it. Go through, keep going. All right, watch your legs, and I want you to brake check now. Hit the brakes hard, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm not worried. The system for Audi is very different. It engages all four wheels all the time.
Yes.
That's part of what the Quattro is all about.
Yeah.
It'll the brake the calipers itself are pressing against the rotors with the brakes
Yeah.
to reduce the speed all at the same time. So you're not feeling that jerky feeling when you're going forward.
That was good.
Make the left over here.
How much is the typical lease on one of these?
I mean, they range, but I mean, normally the Q7 is going to range anywhere from $750 to about
That's
$1,200,
yeah,
$1,300.
that's about what I thought. Yeah, about $750, maybe even $800. Yeah.
Yeah, they start around there, like around $750, but they'll go all the way up to about $1,200, $1,300, and then it depends really how you equip the car.
If it's $100,000, basically.
Well, the good thing about the Q7, we're lucky still, is that it doesn't push that high. It bottoms out, well, tops out at about, no, straight through here, at about 89, 92,000 the most.
And how much
That's
horsepower
adding
does
every
this?
option.
How much horsepower does this one have again?
So this is the 2.0, it's 252 horsepower with 273 pounds of torque.
The next engine up is what?
Is the 3.0 Q7, and that one is 333 with 325 pounds of torque.
I thought, yeah, I had to try the Volvo again because I thought this one seems a bit more manageable. It's not as heavy. Yeah, that one's a bit heavier. I felt like I was really driving a truck, like an 18-wheeler.
One of the differences that separates, let's say, German engineering from just every other European model itself, and I mean German in general, is that they're built to feel the road more and have more control of the vehicle. So one of the things you're feeling now is the fact that Audi allows you to feel more grounded in the car while you're driving, but doesn't feel as heavy, it feels light.
Yeah.
So you're driving an SUV that's close to 5,000 pounds, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels more like if you're driving a 4,000 pound car. Right? Now, Audi's infotainment system, you got the MMI with the virtual cockpit. What's different and very distinctive from our system versus every other system with a digital display is that Audi's system alone gives you the opportunity to actually customize what's on the screen itself. So where all of them are just going to really stationarily more or less give you just controls over the tachometer and speedometer, Audi allows you to change between navigation, card display in the car itself, the Bluetooth right here with the music, and as well as your telephone. Now also you're allowed to change the view, giving you a broader view of what's
I like that.
around
See that? Yeah, that was the view I forgot that you had. Yeah, I like that one.
That's all part of the Vision package, which gives you the virtual cockpit.
Yeah, see that's a feature I'd want definitely. Yeah, I like that.
So when you're doing navigation, you put that in and then it gives you the whole view of where you are, where you're going.
Let's set us up right now. Take me to 855 Sunrise Highway, Lynbrook, New York.
Searching for your destination. Please wait. Please say the line number or additional search terms.
Line 2.
Line 2. I'll use this destination. Would you like to start the route guidance?
Yes.
Am I making right?
Yes. So see, as soon as it
Now
engages,
turn right
gives you a
onto
full turn by turn.
27
It's a full navigation.
That's great.
So you can put this away, and you're still allowed to drive it down there.